Hello everyone, welcome back to my JE Physics channel and I am Anant. Today we are going to discuss one beautiful question of famous book which is Pathfinder for Olympiad and JE Advanced Physics. Most of the students want to solve these these questions from the book. Okay, so I have chosen one of the question which is very much useful to the JE Advanced level. Okay, so which is called as, I am calling it as what, analysis of a sliding dumbbell. So let us before getting into the question, and this is a simple overview of my channel. If you are watching this channel for the first time, then please subscribe. At the same time, hit the bell icon so that you will get the new videos and new updates. Okay. So let us getting into the question. So the question is something like this: a dumbbell constructed by affixing a small identical balls, each of mass m, at the end of a light rod. See, there is a rod. I have given the diagram how it is sliding. Okay. So these are the masses, and rod is not having any mass. Okay. So each are given a mass m. M is the mass of each particle or each ball at the end. Now both wall and floor both are frictionless, which are smooth. Okay, this is smooth, even this also smooth. Okay, so both are smooth and no friction is there. Now if lower ball is gently pushed away from the wall, so suppose you have given little impulse, you can say, so then find the expression for the speed of the lower ball when the upper ball is leaving the wall. This is the main important statement to be understood. I mean, so we have to find out the speed of the lower ball when it is leaving the wall. Okay, we have to find out the velocity of this lower ball. So I'll say, let us say that value is u. What is the u value they are asking? Okay, while it is leaving the surface. Clear? So before getting into the logic of the question, first I'll discuss the very fundamentals of the question. That is what? The relation, constant relation between the two particle velocities. Okay, suppose that I'm supposing this lower ball is having the velocity u and upper ball will slide down with velocity v, suppose. Okay, and this length I'm taking it as x and this length I'm taking it as y. Okay, so here you can write down one thing, that is what, dx by dt I can write down as u. Why? Because as this rod, or you can say that dumbbell is sliding, x value changes. The change in x will give you velocity. Because of velocity x changes anyway. I think you can understand that variations. Whereas here y value also changes. So I write down minus dy by dt is equal to v. Okay, now one is dx by dt is u, other one is minus dy by dt is v. Why I am writing minus? Because as x value is increasing, y value decreases. As it is falling down, y value decreases. So decreases we represent in the derivative with n. What do you say, that negative terms. So that's why I wrote in that way. Now they have given length of the rod also, which is L. So I'm taking the L is the length of the rod. So if these are the variables, then I can relate them. How? X square plus y square is equal to L square. See, I am not getting into the question actually. First of all, I am doing the all basic constant equations. Then I'll move into the question logic. Okay. So x square plus y square is equal to L square, that we know already. Okay. Now derivate it, then I'll get 2x into dx by dt plus 2y into dy by dt is equal to, I can write down, derivative of L square is 0. So simply I derivated on both sides with respect to time. X square derivative 2x, as I am derivating with respect to time, it is dx by dt. Similarly 2y, as I am derivating with respect to time, dy by dt is equal to 0. So this I can write down 2x into dx by dt is equal to, so that I'll get the relation between the v and u. Okay, is equal to minus 2y into dy by dt. So we know that 2 will cancel out, right? So 2 cancels out. Then we got only some expression in terms of x into dx by dt. What the dx by dt is u, which is equal to y into minus dy by dt is v. I am directly taking the minus dy by dt as v. Okay. So I want to know the relation between the v and u. I require the u value finally. So that's why I am finding the v in terms of u. Okay. So v is equal to, I can write down x by y into u Whereas x by y, if I take this angle is theta, actually see, what is the logic behind the taking the angle theta? If I take theta, then two variables x and y, see, in any question solving, the entire question solving depends on only one principle, what I believe, that is decreasing the number of unknowns. As you are decreasing the number of unknowns, then you are driving towards the answer. That is the logic of the any solving question, I feel. Okay, so that's why here x and y, two variables are there. Now I want to convert two variables into one variable, that is theta. So then I can write down x by y is nothing but cot theta. So I will write down v is equal to u cot theta. Okay, so I got the some simple relation, v is equal to what? U cot theta. So I am going to use this part. Okay, so after getting this constant equation, what I am going to do is, see, ultimately we require, this is the thing, expression for the speed of lower ball when upper ball is leaving the wall. So very important statement. This statement you need to understand properly, then only you can go for solving the question. Okay, so let us getting into that part. What is the meaning of leaving the wall? Upper ball is leaving the wall, am I right? So when upper ball will leave the wall, whenever, suppose this I am taking as normal reaction nx, here normal reaction I am taking as ny, here I am taking as weight mg. Okay, na? So these are the forces I have taken. So when upper ball will leave the surface, when upper ball leaves the surface, normal reaction has to be 0. Am I right? So which normal reaction has to be 0? So this is the important concept of the question. If you understand this logic, then question is solved. Nx will be 0. As Nx is 0, suppose if I take center of mass will have the acceleration ax and center of mass will have the acceleration ay. Center mass of the system, you can say rod, dumbbell, anything, center mass will have some acceleration towards the x-axis, some acceleration towards the y-axis, right? So if force acting along the x-axis 0, so here in this question we have one advantage, that is along the x there is no other force acting, only Nx is acting, but along the y two forces are acting. Okay, that is the advantage we are having here. So as along the x only one force is acting, Nx is 0, so I can directly write down Ax is equal to 0. Okay, so here again we are having one more logic here with the Ax is equal to 0. What is the meaning of Ax is equal to 0? Du by dt is equal to 0, because I have taken that lower ball velocity is u along the x-axis. So du by dt should be 0. As du by dt is 0, again this will give the one more logic, that is derivative is 0. That means either u value is maximum or minimum. But according to the context, I can say that u is maximum, because as it is falling down, u value will become increases, and after leaving it will be falling under gravity, then the motion will changes. So till here it is sliding on the wall, so as it is sliding down, velocity will increase. So I am saying that with that logic I am saying u is maximum. Okay, so now question is u value, maximum value of u you have to find out. That's it. See, question given that when it is leaving the surface, but question has took an other form, that is u maximum value we have to find out. So we can find out the maximum and minimum value of a particular quantity when you know the expression of that quantity. Am I right? So we can identify the maximum value of u when you know the u relation. Okay, so u relation with some variable. Okay, so for that what I am doing is I am taking this angle as theta. Clear? And initially rod was something like this, straight. This is the initial position of the rod. So you can take from the question. Okay, so it's given in the question, you can take it like in that way. So if it is initial position of the rod, so then I am taking that this level as 0 potential energy. Usually we take the floor as 0 potential energy. I am following the same thing only. Then what is the initial potential energy? Initial potential energy I can write down. So mgl will be the initial potential energy, because L is the length of the rod. Then what is the height of that particle is mgl. Lower particle will have the 0 potential energy anytime, so no issue. Now at this position I am calculating at some angle theta. So random angle theta I am calculating, not at leaving position. I am not calculating the things at leaving position. I am randomly calculating at an angle theta. So if I take at an angle theta, what is the height of the upper ball? I can write down L sin theta, that is the height of the upper ball. Then what is the potential energy will be? mgl into sin theta. Initial potential energy is mgl. Now potential energy is mgl sin theta. So decrease in potential energy will be equal to increase in kinetic energy. If it is having the velocity u, this will have the velocity v. See, please remember, I am not doing at the time of leaving, at the random position I am solving. Actually one diagram is there, so that's why I am writing everything in the diagram. Okay, so what is the increase in kinetic energy? I can write down half m into v square plus half m into u square. Am I right? But what we require the u value or u as a function of some variable. So obviously here what is the function I am taking? Theta. I think you can understand. Because if I am taking the x and y, the number of variables or unknowns will increase. So I can cancel the m, I will multiply with the 2, then 2gl into 1 minus sin theta is equal to, I can write down v square plus u square. So this is some key expression for us. So from this you can find out the u value, then I can go for maximum value of u. So let us go with u value as a function of theta. So 2gl into 1 minus sin theta is equal to v square is nothing but u cot theta, already we have seen in the previous expression. V value is equal to u cot theta I got, okay. So v value is equal to u cot theta, then u square cos square theta plus u square, I can write down u square into 1 plus or cot square theta plus 1. Am I right? So cot square theta plus 1, it will become cosecant square theta, then 2gl into 1 minus sin theta is equal to, I can write down this is u square into cosecant square theta. So from here it's a mathematics, pure mathematics. This is the logic of the question, physics of the question. If you understand this, you can go for the question, okay. I mean, you can solve the question. So cosecant square theta, it will become sin square theta, then u square is equal to 2gl into 1 minus sin theta into sin square theta. Okay, so I got the u expression. But what is our aim? To identify the maximum value of u. So to find out the maximum value of u, what we do is, we'll go to the next part, that is u square is equal to, I got 2gl into 1 minus sin theta into sin square theta. I hope this is the expression. Let me check once. 2gl into 1 minus sin theta into sin square theta. Okay. Yeah, perfect. So u square is equal to, I'll little modify it so that it would be easy to derivate for me. Okay, na? Sin cube theta, sin square theta into sin cube theta. Now if I derivate this, then first derivative has to be 0 for maximum value. So if I derivate with respect to theta, then u square derivative is 2u into du by d theta is equal to 2gl into sin square theta derivative 2 sin theta into cos theta. Sin square theta derivative is 2 sin theta, sin theta derivative cos theta. So I hope by this time you are good with the derivatives, okay. Minus sin cube theta derivative 3 sin square theta into sin theta derivative cos theta. So now we have to find out the value, theta value at which du by d theta will become 0, because maximum value we are finding, no. Okay, so if I see that in that way, so du by d theta value will be 0, because to find out the maximum value. So then what else we have? In this expression has to be 0, this expression has to be 0, so this one has to be 0. Okay, so I can write down 2 sin theta, you can take common, you can do any mathematics, so I am doing in this way, okay. So 3 sin square theta into cos theta. So actually we should not cancel out for 0, so because they are not 0, so as theta is not 0, no, so I can cancel out. So anyway mathematics, no problem. Here you can take sin theta, cos theta, you can take common, then you will get 2 minus 3 sin theta. Okay, as theta is equal to not equal to 0, because sin theta won't be 0, and not equal to 90 also, it is in between 0 to 90, so I can cancel the sin theta cos thetas, then 2 is equal to sin theta cancel out, cos theta also cancel out, you will get 3 sin theta. Then finally what is the sin theta value I got? Sin theta value is equal to 2 by 3. So this is the angle at which u value is maximum. But what we require the maximum value of u. So maximum value of u is equal to, now keep the sin theta value over here in the given expression. I can write down 2gl into, in the place of sin square theta I can write down 4 by 9 minus, in the place of sine cube theta I can write down 8 by 27. Okay, this is maximum square. If I am keeping the sine theta value, u value will become maximum. No need to check the second derivative, you will get the maximum only. Okay, in physics that is the advantage we are having. So u max square is equal to 2gl into this value. Go for LCM, 27, 12 minus 8, it is 4. Okay, so finally I got maximum, u maximum square is equal to, what is that? 8gl by 27. 8gl by 27. Then what is the maximum value of u is? Finally we got root 8gl by 27. Okay, this is the maximum value of u. Understood? So, but are we reached to the final answer or not? That is very important. Okay, so let us go back. We got the u maximum value. Now when upper ball leaves the surface, u value is maximum. And what is the question they are asking? The question they are asking is, what is the speed of the lower ball when upper ball is leaving the wall? When upper ball leaves the wall, okay, speed of the lower ball is, we need to find out, and we know that speed of the lower ball is maximum value. It is having the maximum value also. So both are simultaneously happening. Okay, not only u value we are finding the maximum value also. So that's why what should be the expression? It should be the expression. Maximum value of the lower ball, or the velocity of the lower ball when it is leaving the surface. Okay, when upper ball is leaving the wall, I mean when upper ball leaves the wall, this is the velocity of the lower ball. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the concept, or at the same time logic of the question. Okay, so if you enjoy it, please do like the video. At the same time, if you are watching for the first time, subscribe it. If you want for new notifications and new videos alert, you can say, so then hit the bell icon also. Thank you so much, and meet you in the next video with a good concept or a good problem. Thank you.